Imagine this. You're living 15,000 years ago, smack in the middle of the last ice age. It's not just cold, it's brutally, unimaginably cold. The landscape is a vast, frozen plain, and survival is a daily battle. What do you do? Where do you find shelter? Well, for some incredibly resourceful hunter-gatherers in what we now call Ukraine, the answer was lying all around them: bones. Specifically, the bones of the colossal woolly mammoths that roamed these icy steppes. Decades ago, archaeologists stumbled upon something truly astonishing at a site named Mazirik. Circular structures, some reaching up to 26 feet across, built almost entirely from the remains of these Ice Age giants. We're talking about massive walls constructed from interlocking mammoth mandibles, skulls, and tusks forming intricate patterns. It was a jaw-dropping discovery, a testament to the ingenuity of our ancient ancestors. But for years, a central mystery remained. What exactly were these bone houses for? Were they cozy family homes, giant prehistoric pantries for storing meat, or sacred sites for rituals and ceremonies? The debate has raged for decades, but now, thanks to new research and cutting-edge dating techniques, we're finally starting to piece together the real story of these incredible Ice Age architects. The site of Mazirik is nestled in the Cherkasy Oblast of central Ukraine. When it was first unearthed, it presented a puzzle. 4 main structures were found, each a complex mosaic of bone. One dwelling alone required the bones of at least 40 different mammoths. Think about that for a second. The sheer effort involved in collecting, transporting, and assembling these heavy materials is staggering. Some skulls were used as the foundation, while interlocking jawbones created sturdy, almost decorative walls. Tusks were used for arches and roof supports, and other large bones filled in the gaps. It's a level of construction that speaks to a sophisticated understanding of engineering and a deep connection with their environment. For a long time, the prevailing theory was that these were simply winter dwellings, built to withstand the punishing winds and freezing temperatures of the Ice Age plains. It makes sense, right? Bone is a surprisingly good insulator, and these structures would have been covered with animal hides to create a warm, secure refuge. Inside, hearths were found, evidence of fires that would have provided warmth, light, and a place to cook. It's a cozy image, a small community huddled together against the elements. However, other researchers pointed out inconsistencies. Why use so many bones? Why the elaborate, almost artistic arrangements? Surely, simpler shelters made of wood and hides would have sufficed. This led to alternative theories. Perhaps they were storage units. The Ice Age was a time of feast or famine. A successful mammoth hunt could yield tons of meat, and these structures might have served as giant, natural freezers to preserve the bounty through the harsh winter months. Then there was the symbolic interpretation. The mammoth was not just a source of food and materials. It was a powerful, awe-inspiring creature that dominated their world. These bone circles could have been ceremonial spaces, places where rituals were performed to honor the spirit of the mammoth, to ensure successful hunts, or to connect with the spiritual world. The intricate patterns, the sheer scale of the construction, it all hinted at something more than just a place to sleep. The problem was, traditional dating methods gave a wide range of ages for the site, making it difficult to understand how these structures were used over time. Were they all built at once, as part of a large village? Or were they built and abandoned over centuries? The timeline was blurry, and without a clear timeline, the true purpose of the bone houses remained elusive. This is where the new study comes in, and it's a game changer. A team of scientists decided to re-examine the Mazirik site, but this time with the most advanced radiocarbon dating technology available. They didn't just date a few random bones. They meticulously took samples from all 4 of the main structures, allowing them to build a high-resolution timeline for the entire settlement. And what they found completely rewrites our understanding of Ice Age life. The results were incredibly precise. They revealed that the 4 structures were not all built at the same time. Instead, they were constructed sequentially, one after another, over a period of about 200 years. This discovery immediately cast doubt on the idea of Mazirik as a large, single-generation village. It suggests something more dynamic, a place that was returned to and reoccupied by different generations of the same community. So here's the new picture that emerges. The first structure was built around 15,100 years ago. After a period of use, it was likely abandoned. Then, perhaps a generation or two later, a new group arrived and built the second structure, and so on. Mizirek wasn't a permanent town, but more like a recurring base camp, a home, a place these nomadic hunter-gatherers returned to again and again. This makes perfect sense when you consider their lifestyle. They were constantly on the move, following the herds of mammoth, reindeer, and other game. But having a reliable, well-built shelter to return to during the most brutal parts of the year would have been a massive survival advantage. Mizirek was their winter sanctuary. This new timeline also helps us understand the purpose of the structures. It's likely they served multiple functions. They were, first and foremost, residences. The hearths, the discovery of tools, and the sheer effort of construction all point to them being lived in. But the idea that they were also used for storage and ritual isn't necessarily wrong. In a world where the line between the practical and the spiritual was blurred, a home could also be a sacred space. The bones of the mammoth, the animal that provided everything from food to shelter to tools, would have been imbued with immense symbolic power. Living inside the very skeleton of your life source would have been a deeply meaningful act. It was a way of honoring the animal and perhaps, in their minds, ensuring its continued abundance. The study also shed light on another fascinating detail, the fuel source. The landscape was a frozen tundra steppe with very few trees. So what did they burn in their hearths to stay warm? The answer, once again, was bone. The chemical analysis of the ash from the hearths confirmed that they were burning animal bones as their primary fuel. This is an incredible adaptation. It shows a level of resourcefulness that is hard to comprehend. They used every single part of the animal. The meat for food, the hides for clothing and roofing, the guts for cordage, and the bones for both shelter and fire. Nothing was wasted. It was a perfect closed-loop system of survival, honed over thousands of years of living in one of the harshest environments on Earth. This incredible story from Mizirek is more than just an archaeological curiosity. It's a profound reminder of human resilience and creativity. Faced with unimaginable challenges, these Ice Age people didn't just survive. They innovated. They developed complex social structures, sophisticated engineering skills, and a deep, sustainable relationship with their environment. They created not just shelters, but homes that were also monuments, filled with meaning and purpose. And they did it all using the materials that their world provided. The mammoth bone houses of Ukraine are not just ruins from a lost world. They are a powerful symbol of our species' ability to adapt, to create, and to thrive against all odds. It's a legacy written in bone, one that continues to inspire and awe us 15,000 years later. Thanks so much for watching. If you found this journey back to the Ice Age as fascinating as I did, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into history and archaeology. What do you think these structures were primarily used for? Let me know your theories in the comments below. See you next time.